Hi guys, so today I'm here to make a video review about the Flawless Satin Foundation from e.l.f. And the reason why I decided to make this video is when I decided to purchase this foundation because it was on sale on Amazon and I've never tried it before. I've looked for some reviews on YouTube and I didn't find that many, and the ones that I found were not that recent. They were kind of older videos made years and years ago, but usually I like to watch review videos that were made more recently. So I thought that because I couldn't find that much footage on reviews about this product, that maybe I could make my own so I could help someone out there that's also looking for someone's sincere opinion about this product. That's why I decided to make this video, and I hope it can be helpful. So if you want to see my opinion and thoughts about this foundation, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I tested this foundation for a week. I've been testing for over a month now because I recorded some footage of my testing for a few days last month, but I'm only able to, get around my final thoughts about it now so I can share my sincere opinion, because I've tested this foundation with so many products in so many ways in different weathers, so I think that now I really have an opinion formed about it. And spoiler alert, I think I love it. So I have some footage that you're gonna be watching now. I think I recorded 3 days in a row of me wearing this foundation, and I talk about the wear test and what I think, how it looks like. I show how it looks like on the skin. So first, let's watch those clips. Okay, so this is the first day that I'm testing out the foundation, and so far so good. I've been wearing for an hour now and no oiliness is coming through. I only have my skincare. I don't have no sunscreen underneath, but I only have my skincare. I'm wearing primer. I'm wearing the e.l.f. Putty Primer underneath. I have no powder on, so let's see how it's gonna be through the day. But 1 hour test, so far so good. This is day 1. Okay, so this is an update on my foundation wear. 2 hours in. I've been wearing this foundation for 2 hours. Now I can see that my forehead, it's getting a little bit shiny. I'm in natural light in front of my kitchen window, and I see that here I am also getting pretty oily, also my chin. But also, little disclaimer, I didn't set because I wanted to see how the foundation would perform without any powders. So yeah, this maybe means that next time I need to set. I primed, but I didn't set. I didn't use any powders. But yeah, I mean, besides the oiliness, I still think it looks good. It's shiny, but it still looks good. I don't want to blot just yet because, I mean, I'm oily. But I'm also not that oily. I feel like I look more glowy than oily. So yeah, I'll check with you guys later on today. Okay, so last check up of the night. So I've been wearing this foundation now for, 8 hours, and this is how it looks like. As you can tell, I am very oily, shiny, greasy. I feel like it's wearing out around my nose. As you can tell here, I think it's completely off. It's showing some redness. A little bit of my forehead, I think the cover is shearing out, but it's not completely gone yet. Around my mouth, I've been eating. I was just watching TV with my husband. So yeah, I mean, it's been 8 hours and I didn't set the foundation with any powder. So I think that in this case, and today was a pretty hot day, I didn't have much expectations because of that, because I didn't set the foundation. I just wanted to see how it would perform. My skin is scumble. On winter it tends more to be normal to dry, and when it's warmer like springtime, summertime, it tends to be more normal to oily, mostly on my T-zone. I feel that it kind of clinged on some dry patches on my face that I didn't even know I had it until I look in the mirror and see that the foundation was literally clinging onto those spots. So I can see some dry patches. I can see that I had some like small pimples healing, and the foundation was clinging into those spots. I sat with the setting spray. It was the Milani setting spray. But yeah, this is day 1 of the foundation. I think so far so good. I mean, for a foundation that I paid $2.57, right? $2.57. That retails for $6 in the US. It's pretty damn good. But let's see, next time I'm gonna set and let's see how it's gonna last on my second day of testing. But yeah, first day on my personal preference, so far so good. Okay, so second day of foundation test. Just in case, I don't know if I said that on my previous video, but my shade is 200 Shell. And today I made something different to see if the foundation will perform differently. So instead of using my favorite primer, the e.l.f. matte putty primer, I think that maybe this made the foundation get a little drier and cling with some patches around my face. So today I'm wearing a different primer. I'm wearing the e.l.f. Blemish Control Face Primer, this one right here, because it's less matte and has a different texture. So let's see how the foundation performs with a different primer. And also today I set the foundation with translucent pressed powder. This one, the e.l.f. Perfect Finish HD powder. I love this powder. This completely blurs your pores. Great for photos. So yeah, my makeup is done. So these are the only things I did different than the day 1, and let's see how it performs. This is how it looks now. Very dewy. Oh, also today I'm wearing sunscreen that I wasn't wearing yesterday. I'm wearing today, so my face is more on a dewy side, which I'm loving. So yeah, this is how it looks like. I just applied. Now it's actually 3:35, a little late in the day, but it's okay. So let's see, I will try to stay at least 8 hours with this foundation like yesterday, so you can see how it performs. It's another hot day and I might go for a walk later, so we'll see. I'll check with you guys later on in the day to show you how the foundation is looking like. But so far so good. Application went way smoother today. That my skin was like a little more hydrated, I feel, because the foundation itself, it's a little dry. So far I think if you have a very dry skin, this wouldn't be the right foundation for you. Or if you still want to try, use your most potent face moisturizer and maybe even a beauty oil. And if you have super dry skin and you don't wear no beauty oil, what are you doing? Okay, so I'll check with you guys later to show how the foundation is looking like. Okay, so a quick update on the foundation. I went for a walk with my husband, and so I've been wearing this foundation for 3 hours. We were walking in the sun, and this is how it looks like. I'm looking a little greasy, but not extremely oily, mostly shiny. I'll say I still look dewy, but not oily at all. Like, I was literally walking in the sun. I would expect my face to be completely oily and shiny, and it's just not. So I really like how it's looking. I don't know if it's the primer that I used a different primer today, or if it was because I set with the powder, but today is looking way better than yesterday. And yesterday I already thought it was looking good, but today is definitely better. So 3 hours mark on the second day of the foundation review. So far so good. Okay, so last checking of the day. I think it's been a little over 5 hours since my last check-in, and a little bit over 8 hours that I'm wearing this foundation. This is the second day, And honestly, I'm pretty happy with the results. I mean, do I look shiny? Yes, but I don't look completely shiny. I think I look more dewy than shiny. And here I'm looking even more dewy because I'm literally in front of my bathroom lights on top of my vanity. So I think it kind of enhances, you know, whatever shininess you have going on in your face. But I think today this foundation did really well. My eyes looking red. I mean, it's almost midnight. I'm about to take off this makeup, take a nice bath, and go to bed. But here you can see that it's wearing off slightly here. I mean, it's all smudged. I was watching TV with my husband and I ended up, I think, falling asleep for a little bit. So that's that. But it's looking pretty damn good. So I think that maybe yesterday the primer was making things a little dry, but today I changed the primer and also I was wearing sunscreen. So this is the second day of test. Today I wore it for 8 hours and I really like it. Good night. Okay, so first off, I want to talk a little bit about the product before I get into the reveal. If I look down, it's just because I have some notes here so I don't miss my point. So the foundation comes in 40 shades, which to me is a huge thumbs up to e.l.f. because if you're sure that you're gonna find your shade, and it's divided in fair, light, medium, and rich, which it goes like into rich and richest, like very deep dark skin. The price point of the foundation is $6 on e.l.f. website. It's also $6 on Utah, but on Amazon I always find the best price. It's usually $5.97, but I bought mine for $2.57 one day that was on sale. Just a few shades were on sale. Just in case you're wondering what's my shade, is 200 Shell Warm Yellow, which I don't think is that yellow. I think this is more of a neutral undertone shade. My skin is neither yellow nor pink. I have light olive skin, so to me it's always a hustle to find my shade in foundations. On e.l.f. website they also have a shade finder tool. Yes, you can they help you find your shade, and they have a virtual try on where you can virtually try your foundation. So it's better if you're not wearing any foundation. They were asked to have access to your camera so they can look at you, and or you can upload a picture. I think it's really cool and that might work for some people, but to me for some reason I tried multiple times and they ended up giving me a shade I think called tan. It was the first one that I bought, but 10, that's like 10. Okay, I'm gonna put the writing here of the shade that I first got. It was extremely dark and very orange, and like not even in my darkest tan I will be able to wear that shade. So I had to end up buying a couple more shades to find my match. I bought this 200 Shell and it was good, but sometimes if my neck, it's a little, my neck, it's a, I have a little uneven tones, as you can tell. My neck is slightly like a hint darker than my chest, and I just like to even out everything. But I feel that this shade is perfect for me. By the way, this foundation doesn't oxidize my skin whatsoever. About coverage, it claims to be medium to full coverage. I honestly wouldn't recommend you layering up this foundation. I like to wear only one layer, and that is because I think that when you layer up to try to build up the coverage, that can kind of becomes a little flaky. Depends on the primer that you're using. If you're using at all, you definitely have to set this foundation with powder if you don't want it to move at all. It claims to be a foundation targeted towards people with dry skin. I don't have dry skin, I have normal to combo skin, and whenever I try to use with a more matte primer like the matte putty primer from e.l.f., it just turned out weird. It was just like clinging on dry patches around my face that I didn't even know I had, and it turned out looking pretty weird. So I don't know, is this really for people with dry skin? Because I don't have dry skin and that it made me look dry. So yeah, and I feel that this foundation mostly works for me whenever my face is like nicely moisturized. If I'm wearing SPF, even better, because I have another moisturizing barrier layer on my skin underneath the foundation. And I think this foundation turned prettiest whenever you have a lot of moisture going on your skin. I mean, like a nice moisturizer or a primer that it's not super dry matte or even that much silicone base. I'd say a more gentle, like for instance, the Hydro Grip primer from Milk Cosmetics, or even Elf, they have the Hydro Grip primer. I think that would be perfect with this foundation. I think that's the key for this foundation to look good. Just moisturize your skin. You have oily skin, it's still moisturized with the moisturizing gel, whatever, but moisturize your skin. Hi, it's Editing Debbie here, and I'm hopping real quick here just to mention two things that I forgot to mention on my previous review. Is that the foundation is not fragrance free, so it has a little bit of fragrance. It's not something completely overpowering, it's something very light, quite musky, but as soon as you apply, that evaporates, it goes away. But if that's a huge concern for you, maybe you should consider that before purchasing the foundation. If you have extremely sensitive skin, if you're extremely sensitive to fragrance, this foundation has a light fragrance, but that doesn't linger, that goes away. Second thing, it's not transfer proof. Even using powder in a setting spray, that is going to transfer. So that means that if you're on your phone and your screen's really close to your skin, it might transfer to your phone screen. If you need to blot, with the blotting shit to blot the oiliness of your face, it's gonna transfer foundation onto the paper. Or if you hug someone, that's gonna transfer to their clothes. Overall, at least to me, this happens to all foundations that I own, so that's not a deal breaker, but that's also something that you should consider and that I forgot to mention. So now, back to the main video. Claims to be semi-matte finish. I agree, it's not completely matte, but it will not give you a glowy skin. If your skin is heavily moisturized, you'll see some glow picking through your foundation, but you're still not gonna be fully glowy, because it's not a glowy foundation, it's a semi-matte. So it's like in between the matte, and it's like if matte and glowy had a baby. So it's not gonna be completely shiny, but it's also not gonna be that dry or that matte like velvet kind of, you know what I mean. I hope you understand my point. Also, something I forgot to mention is that it comes with slightly less than 1 fluid ounce, that usually the regular foundations always come usually in the range of 1 fluid ounce. This come with 0.68 fluid ounces, which is, to me, is not a big deal, because come on, this is $6, but just so you know, that's 20 milliliters if you're somewhere that doesn't use fluid ounces as a weight measurement. Okay, so now, as you can tell, I really like this foundation. I've been using it for over a month now. I just love it. It's my go-to everyday foundation. I gravitate towards this foundation and a tinted moisturizer from Wet n Wild that I've been obsessed with. Let me tell you, I need to make a separate video about it, because I've been so in love with this tinted moisturizer. To me, it beats half of my foundations that I have, because it is that good, and it's just $4, so you can beat that. But I'm gonna make a separate video about it. But this foundation has been my favorite foundation for the past month, and I feel like every time I wear it, it just tends to look better. I've been loving this foundation. It's a great purchase, a great find. I don't know why I've never tried this before. It was so cheap, and I love Elf. I think to me is one of the best drugstore brands. I really hope you enjoyed the review. Let me know in the comments down below if you're ever trying this foundation, if you feel curious to try, I would say go ahead, because if you don't like, at least it wasn't expensive, right? And also you can always return if you don't like. Let me know if you've tried before, if you like it, and if there's any other foundation that you would like me to try, because foundation, I think, is base products are my favorite on the makeup to try. So yeah, and I have a bunch. So let me know if you would like me to try a different foundation. Thank you so much for watching me. Let's interact in the comments section down below. I respond on my comments. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in my next video. Have a great day. God bless you. Thank you so much for being here. Bye bye. Ciao ciao.